Hello, Patty.
Hello, Patty Sheens. I said, hello, Patty Sheens. I love
How
calling
are
you
you?
Pet Sheens.
I know you do. How are you?
Hi!
How are you?
I did a whole thing once in the car with Nels where I just kept going, hi! It was really posh. Classic. El Clasico.
Hi, are you? Oh,
Hi,
I mean, I don't know why I'm doing an Australian accent. That does not work.
Yes.
What about you? It's Paddy's Day.
You always have to go, what about you?
What about you?
Yeah,
lucky
so
the
Paris,
Irish.
isn't it?
Lucky the Irish. You know, it'll be Wednesday when you hear this, but for Monday, all the Irish listeners.
All the Irish listeners drinking
Happy,
their Guinness.
Drinking the old, that their Guinness. Have you ever had Guinness?
Yeah, I love it.
Do you?
Well, I say that. I haven't had it in quite a few years.
Right.
But when I have had it, I've enjoyed it. Because there's this whole thing of like splitting the G, isn't there?
Do you reckon you could do that? I reckon you could.
I reckon I could if I had a Cutler sort of goes. I don't think I could.
Oh, you couldn't do it straight off the bat.
I don't think so, because I think there is a bit of a talent to it. You've got to know kind of how much to glug for how long to get the kind of okay, and probably at the G stop.
Split the G, right?
So I know producer Joel he's done the old split the G.
Split the G.
Yeah.
Split the G, Judge.
He did it in a bar with a load of Americans.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Who were obsessed with
Guinness
and splitting of the G.
Yeah. Well, Americans get really obsessed with Paddy's Day, don't they?
They do, yeah.
They absolutely love it.
They love it all that.
Yeah.
All that, don't
they love all the Paddy stuff. Paddy McGuinness.
Although I saw an advert the other day.
Yeah.
For Riverdance.
Oh, it's back. It's back with a vengeance.
I couldn't think of anything worse.
I would love to see Riverdance.
Shut up.
Oh my God, Ange. Because the skill, the fitness, the commitment. Michael Flatley could Riverdance all over me.
No.
Hey, now, listen, hey. I put up a poll on my own personal Instagram.
Right.
About Stephen Graham, the actor. Well,
I know, I saw it, yeah. Because I responded.
Now, it was very split.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. Let me find it. Oh no, hang on. Wait. Oh, no. I need to go into my archives.
Oh no, wait. Hang on.
Oh no. Wait. Yeah, it was very split. I thought it was going to be more for a no, to be honest, than a yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you would be quite a hit with the ladies.
Did you? Oh no, I was surprised. So it was I mean, there was 100 votes in it.
Wow, okay.
57% said totally fancy him.
Yeah.
43% said nah, not for me.
Wow, okay. Yeah. That was really quite a even split.
Yeah. And the other poll that I did was somebody sent me a question saying, is it Robbie singing the Finding the Funny theme tune?
So that's like, yeah, we wish.
And I mean, look, 52% of people said no.
No.
Although 164 votes, 30% said, oh, I'm not sure now.
No.
Yeah, lots of people I think were like, oh, okay, maybe it is. But no, I can tell you.
We'd have had Robbie singing that. We'd have bloody plastered that everywhere, mate.
Oh, everywhere. It'd have been
Finding the Funny with Ruth and Ange featuring Robbie Williams singing the track in brackets.
Singing the track by Robert Williams.
The Robert Williams. Yeah. And we'd just be chucking that shit around everywhere.
Oh, God, we'd be telling everyone, wouldn't we? We'd be like, oh, yeah, Robbie sings our theme tune.
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard of our podcast, but Robbie Williams sings our theme tune.
Anyway, I've got a question for you.
Righty-ho, yes.
The prep that you send me.
Send me.
Right, give me an update on this pilgrimage immediately.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the moment I got the prep at 12 o'clock today, I have been desperados to ask you what's going on.
Okay. So I've had the couple of weeks ago, like, you know, when we've been doing preparage and stuff, and we obviously take it in turns each week.
Yeah.
And a couple of times people have been like, need an update on the pilgrimage. And obviously I haven't had an update, so I haven't been able to share, but I have an update today.
Have you booked it?
So I have booked it. I am going to be a pilgrim.
Angie, I feel like I could actually get emotional.
Right, now, it's not... I'm hoping that you'll still think it's brilliant. I did a lot of research.
Yeah.
So I kind of looked into lots of different options.
Right.
And so basically the one I have gone for is a pilgrimage in Ireland, Southern Ireland.
I love this.
It's 6 days in total, and it is in May, so it's actually not that far away.
I'm gonna cry.
And yeah, it's the reason I chose it is because I found this website that sort of do lots of different pilgrimages. This one was one that they did lots of different ones around sort of the UK. So some in Scotland, Wales, Ireland. And this one, I kind of was like, I wanted something where I felt not only was I able to have some time for me and obviously going to do some lovely walking and stuff, but I also didn't want it to be like, because some of these pilgrimages you go on, you have to like do your own, not your own, but you have to share the responsibility of cooking, and I was like, I don't want that shit.
CBA.
I want this to be a bit of an opportunity for me to not do any of that stuff.
So is it with a group of people?
So I've just booked on. I think they can take up to like, I want to say like 10 or 12 people. And you just kind of you do these little kind of, not little, sort of, it says it varies between sort of 7 and 10k a day you sort of walk.
This is amazing.
But the actual place that like the retreat place that you stay in, and this is another reason I chose it, is because some of these pilgrimages you have to carry everything on your back and you have to go from one place to another.
Yeah.
Whereas this one is you have like a base which is in this sort of retreat that's basically by the sea, and you every day they take you to a point, you do a walk, and then you come back. So every evening you come back, you have a meal together, and then you just kind of so there's a whole like route and different places that you see, and
I'm actually crying.
Yeah,
Angie, that is amazing.
I know. I keep now I've booked it, I'm like, oh shit, what have I done?
That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I'm
like, in the most non-patronising way, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, no, I'm proud of me too.
You should be so proud of yourself. That is, and well done to our listeners to holding you to account. I know. That. Well done for talking about it on the pod and getting that. Honestly, like, I know that is going to be just the best time for you. I know that you're going to just relish it so much. Obviously it's going to be hard, and there's going to probably be days where you think, I don't want to be here, I want to be at home. Like, you're obviously going to miss Ian and the kids, but I honestly think this is such a brilliant thing that you're doing. Will you do us a favour? Will you just do little recorded bits that we could slip into the pod when you come back?
Will
you just do little, like, on your daily, like, voice sort of recorder things? Will you just let us come on the... I know when I was like, we could do it together, you were like, I want to do it on my own. But will you just give us a little daily voice recorder? This is how it's going. This is what I felt like. I just think everyone will be so invested in the fact that you've done this for yourself, and like, what an amazing thing to do in your 50th year.
Yeah, I do. I feel kind of, just...
When do you go?
I go on Sunday the 18th of May, and I come back on the, like, Friday night, the 23rd.
And then I've you're into a bank holiday, so...
Brilliant. I hadn't even thought about that.
Have a little extra day off the other end.
And it's weird because I was actually thinking after I booked it, it's really strange when you book or you do something that's just purely for you. Like, and I think that's the part of me that's felt a bit like, oh gosh, what have I done? because I do feel this element of that's not what I do. I don't do things just for me. I always tend to think of other people, or I put people before me, and so the fact that I've actually booked it and I'm going and it is just me feels it feels alien to me to have like.
And I think that'll speak to a lot of people who are mums, you know. I think that'll really speak directly into, you know, you're at a stage now where your children are adults. You know, it's you know, you haven't shied away from telling us that stuff with Ellen when she was little was difficult and it was hard for you to have a life, and it's probably only been in the last 2 or 3 years that she has really grown into herself and found her wings, and, you know, is much more able to shoulder the world. And that, you know, that is credit and kudos to you and Ian, really, and the way in which you've allowed her to grow into that space and haven't rushed her and have known that she would get there. You know, that's really difficult in parenting, I think, when you want your kids to speed up and get there quicker. It's really easy to really put that pressure on them. But, you know, I think so many women are conditioned to carry the emotional load of their family, carry the household load. You know, I only feel that in a tiny percentage, and you know, I'm not a mum, but there is this conditioning of women that you know, we should be maternal, we should put other people first, we should be selfless, like that is what it means to be a woman. You know, it's much easier in the world to get ahead as a guy. It is much easier to do that. But I just know you are going to have the most enlightening time, and just think of the people you're going to meet.
I know.
That's going to be amazing. You're going to have, like, potentially this time in like 3 or 4 months, you're going to have friends that you met on that experience. Angie.
So there we go.
Angie. Joel, this is at the point in the edit where you drop in a round of applause.
So there we go. So, and then I'm also going to have, so sort of, because obviously that's in May, and my birthday's not till November. And then I'm going to do some sort of party-ish, nothing too major, but kind of in it. So it was actually Nels that came up with, you could do it like pilgrimage to party.
Oh, I love it.
Hello,
Angie. And this is at the point where you say, by the way, Patty, I also don't want you to come to the party.
Do you want me to come? No, it's fine. You don't.
We're fine.
Don't worry
we're
about
fine.
it.
We don't need you there. We'll be fine.
I see you a lot, so you don't need to come to that.
It's
one.
fine. Yeah.
So there we go. There is
a
pilgrimage update for you all.
I am well excited to see where this goes.
Okay, so we have had in a Justin from listener. Let me find my little thingamajiggy.
You find it.
You find it. Okay, here we go. So we had a Justin in from Mrs. Miles 64.
Okay.
And she says, Justin, testing mattresses. Awkward, lying down, talking casually to a stranger. Cringe. That is a weird thing to do.
Well, Mal and Margs phoned me the other day on the way back from Dreams.
Dreams can come true. Right? Look at Malman, he's got a you.
So I pick up the phone, Mal.
Mal. Right.
So I say, Mal. He just goes, right. What's your mattress like? I said, I'm not a huge fan of the new mattress that we got, to be honest. I said, we've had it a few years now, but right, okay. And what is it you've got? I said, I've got a Simba, Mal. Right. And that's one of those ones that comes rolled up in a box. I said, yeah. He said, well, God, your mum and I, we've just been to Dreams. No. Oh, I said, right, okay. He said, those Tempur mattresses. Oh, have you ever laid on a Tempur mattress? Have you ever laid down? I said, I think I did years ago. I think when we were looking.
I think I have at one point in my life.
I think I've laid. Oh, well, I mean, I'm going home now. I mean, they're expensive. I was like, right, okay. And then you got mum in the background. Yeah, they are a lot of money. He said, I'm going home now. I'm going to look up cheap temper mattresses. Okay, Dad.
Can you imagine those two trying out?
Oh, Mum, trying to get on and off beds.
She can't even. Yeah, they'd have to have a little step out for her.
She can't even step over the threshold of a house. Well, Margs wouldn't have laid on them. Dad would have just said.
But then again, she should be laying on them because.
Yeah, but she'd have just been like, "Oh, you do it.
Whatever you think, Mal.
Mal, I'll sleep on anything. I'll sleep on the floor if you want me to. It's you. You're the fussy one of the two of us. I'm not bothered. That is
and
Mal.
I can't get on that mattress, Mal. It's too high.
And if I get on, I'll not get off. I'm a weeble of a woman.
You'll have to roll me off.
Mum being rolled off a temper mattress. But can you imagine Dad lying on a mattress in a shop that he likes?
Oh, going insane.
Mug. Get the bloke over. They'd have to find out the name of the
Shane.
bloke.
I reckon he'd be called Shane.
Shane, what's the price of this temper mattress? $2,500. $2,500! Flaming bloody heck, man! It's all right. I'll go home and look for a cheap one online. But yeah, lying in mattress shop. I mean, that is.
It is kind of.
It's sort
weird,
of the same. It's sort of the same testing sofas.
Yeah, but it's worse with beds, isn't it? Because you're lying down.
I know, but when you test a sofa and you sort of sit down and you're like, oh, I quite like this one. Yeah, this is quite nice. Then you walk around a bit. Do you think this one's as nice?
The other one.
I'm not sure. Let's go back to the other one. Sit down.
Also, I think there is the whole kind of bed mattress shopping is because you don't really lie on the bed like you would lie in your bed at home, do you? You just lie flat on your back. You sort of lie there, sort of half thinking this is slightly weird, and there's other people watching, and
they want to get on.
Yeah, so I need to hurry up.
Take too long.
Paul and Karen are waiting to try this one out, so I better get a wriggle on here. But
you have to keep your feet on that bit of plastic.
On that bit of plastic
at the bottom,
I mean, because if you're going to test them out, you really need to get into your fetal positions and
you need to be able to lie on your front and lie on your back.
You're a front sleeper, aren't you?
I'm more a side sleeper now, actually.
Yeah.
I've changed it up a bit. I'm more of an on my side.
Fetal.
Yes, and I think since I've lost weight, I've been much more able to get into the fetal position. I'm much more flexible now.
Core strength.
It's
the core strength that's done that for you, darling.
But yeah, that is a good one. Like,
as soon as I
lying there, looking up at the ceiling, talking to your partner, going, "Yeah, I mean, it's all right. What do you think?" I'd like to get right on your back, Matthew. Let me jump on. See if this really works. Take it. See if it can take us, fatties. Come on your back. Let's
humping.
Go.
Let's try out a hump. Try humping me, Matthew.
Now let me try it on all fours. Let's see how that goes. Just really go for it, and people will be like, "Well, if we're going to spend $2,500 on a temper mattress,
we need to make sure it can handle us when we are going at it at a Friday night." Going at it.
Yeah, she was going at it with him. God, they were going like the clappers.
In dreams.
But yeah, that is a good one.
Very good one from Mrs. Miles 64. Yeah, very good. And I should also just say, I had some very lovely massages with our Lucy Price, Lucy Bridge.
Yeah.
And she has sent me pages of tits, behaviours, Justins. Literally, because on my story that I put a screenshot of my current sort of list of tits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got to get into that, by the way. We've got to get into that in a minute.
Got to get into that.
Yeah, got to get into that.
She sent me one saying, "Angie, that's an amazing list, but I've got loads." I said, "Luce, send them through," and literally pages
of jugs,
jugs, Justins, dickish, a whole spectrum.
Wow.
So I just felt that we should acknowledge that, because I think that there Lucy, she's in our queens. She's in the top of the class, along with Snedders and
Levine.
Levine.
Queen Levine.
Queen Levine. So
right, get up your list.
Get up
your tits
your
list.
Get up your list. Yeah, okay.
Right, talk us through it.
Okay, things that are getting right on my jugs.
Yeah.
The lack of crisps in a packet.
Yeah.
That is annoying, isn't it? You open
That
a
is
packet,
annoying.
you got like 10 crisp in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Blowing kisses / pouting on videos on Instagram. Oh no, and then I updated it. Blowing kisses and kicking a leg up.
Yeah, that whole
video.
Yeah.
All of that shit, then kicking a leg up and
no, none of that.
The Masked Singer.
Yeah, why is that getting on your tits?
Oh, it does just get on my tits.
Does it?
Oh,
I quite like the Masked Singer.
No, can't be doing with it. People shouting at taking your head off and all that shit.
Take it off.
Oh,
take it off.
Yeah.
But what we have now talked about is that other programs have started doing that, haven't they?
Well, like BGT now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another thing.
Press golden buzzer. Golden buzzer. Yeah. Golden buzzer.
Shut the fuck up.
It's all come from take it off.
Yeah. Yeah. That just pisses me off. And that whole thing, that bloody panel of people on there, Jonathan Ross and Davina McCall and who's the other guy?
Mo Milligan.
Mo Milligan. And,
is that his name? Mo Milligan?
Yeah, and then it's old bloody Maya.
Oh gosh.
Maya Jammer. She's bloody jogged onto that one now as well, hasn't she?
I love Davina McCall. Let's not slag her off.
Well, no.
Mo Gilligan.
Mo Gilligan. Producer Joel, straight in.
Well done, straight in.
What did you call him? Mo Milligan.
Milligan. Sarah Milligan. I've crossed over Sarah Milligan and Mo Gilligan.
Yeah, but isn't it Millican?
Sarah Milligan. Probably,
yeah.
I think this is a Helen Le Bonham card. Moment all over again. If you don't know what we're talking about, I once thought that Helena Bonham Carter's name was Helen Le Bonham Carter. I was absolutely firm. No, it's Le Bonham.
No, Pat, it's just Helena Bonham Carter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so carry on. Masked Singer.
Masked Singer. Dates dipped in peanut butter and dark chocolate. Again, just getting on my tits. Everyone's getting into dates and chucking peanut butter and chocolate on them.
Yeah.
Little piles of shit left around the house, in brackets, not actual shit. I don't want people thinking that people just shat wherever they like,
Yeah, people are opening their bowels wherever they want in your house.
Yeah. Buses.
Yeah, that's quite... When I saw that, I was like, buses?
No, they're really, really... I think it's just the arrogance of the bus.
Right.
They just, because they're big, they're tall, they're big, tall and mighty.
They do what they want.
Yeah.
They do what they want. They do what they want. Oh, big fucking buses. They do what they want.
They do. And actually, what are you going to do about it? I'm there in my Mini.
Oh, you're not going to do shit, are you? You're not going to do jack shit, mate.
And that's what pisses me off.
You're going to let them cut you up. I mean, you're not doing anything, are you, against that thing?
And that's what I mean. It's their arrogance. They take over the road.
Their arrogance.
If they're coming down a road and there's parked cars that they should stop, no, forget it. You, in your little Mini down there, you're going to just wait. Because if you don't, I will barge you off the road.
Yeah.
That's what gets on my tits with the buses.
Okay.
And if they're pulled into the bus, into the bus stop, they're just pulled in, people are getting off, you think, great, I'll go round. No, bang, out.
Indicator, straight on, bang, gone.
I'm coming out. Someone don't even indicate. Bang, I'm coming out. You've got to stop. Or else you can crash into me and you're going to come off worse. So
I remember once, mum and dad went on holiday with some friends. I can't. Anyway, somebody said to mum, well, pilots, they think they're all that. They're just glorified bus drivers. I remember thinking, mum was like, well, I don't think that's true. Well, they are. They're just glorified bus drivers. Just driving buses in the sky, aren't they? No, actually.
I think there's quite a bit more to driving a plane, Margaret.
Yeah. Just glorified bloody bus drivers.
Like she could bloody do it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then my final one, the completely over the top, ridiculous, will you be my girlfriend proposals. Have you seen that recently?
Oh my God, get a life.
I mean, Did you
It's
see
Love
the
Island,
one
isn't
that-
it?
Yes, it's the Love Islanders.
Ronnie
yes.
and Harriet.
Now, have you seen the one that Luca Bish did? Oh, right. Think Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker, right? So on a beach in Dubai, flowers everywhere, candles, big sort of like flower sort of arrangement thing, sort of like a bit of an altar. And then hug up on there, will you be my GF?
I mean, he couldn't even be bothered to spell girlfriend. Did you see Ronnie and Harriet?
Yes.
When she walked into the room and she was like, oh my God, Ronnie, oh my God.
Oh gosh, honestly.
He's now got her in his phone as Princess H.
Oh my
God. Because Casey was taking the piss out of him on Instagram and showed his phone and was like, who's this? What's happened to Ronnie? And it says Princess H with a heart.
He is being whipped. Massively being whipped.
Pussy whipped. And then there was another story which had one more that you forgot.
Right. So this whole clickbaity Stephen Bartlett, and I'm afraid Davina has pulled herself into that. She's doing the same things with her Begin Again. You know, when they kind of have a guest on and they just give you little, you know, they'll be talking to them and it's like, well, the thing that people have got to do is bang, music, dun, dun, dun. Like, just over the top. Like, and the thing is, what they're actually going to tell you that you should do will will be a pile of shit. It will either be a pile of shit, because you'll go, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Or it'll be only things that people can afford if they've got hundreds of thousands of pounds.
Yeah.
That'll be your spectrum.
Yeah.
So for, you and me, and just
average
down
Joe,
the road, he ain't going to afford that, and he won't give a shit about it.
No.
But you're here interviewing Dr. Sophie Smith about something, probably about some sort of menopausal thing, about drinking something from somewhere that costs you a lot of money.
Apple cider vinegar that's laced with gold leaf.
Yes.
And then on the top of that, making sure you have 3 pistachios and a matcha of a morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Or it'll be something really shocking like, well, what I decided was one morning, and then the music starts.
Yeah.
I decided that I was going to get up, and I would really recommend all of your listeners do this, Davina. Drink your own piss.
Exactly.
It's like, fuck off, mate. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
It's just this
doing
thing of like reeling you in to make you click on it and watch it.
Oh, hang on. Talking about I'm not doing that. I had a voice note from my friend Adam this week. Oh no, okay, so he just sent me a message last Wednesday morning that just said, would you say you're a bandwagoner? So he sent me that at 24 minutes past 9, right?
Yes.
I sent a voice note back saying, absolutely not. Absolutely not am I a bandwagoner. He sent me a voice note saying, I think you are, and my new nickname for you is Bandwagon.
Yes, Adam. Well done.
And Lauren, we are Moutpads, Lauren babes.
Yeah, Lauren babes.
She sent me a message saying, I'm so sorry, I've got to agree with your sister. You are a bandwagoner. And then she said, because it was a voice note, she said, do you know how I know that? Because in that segment, you said the sentence, and I will die on that hill, and every fucker is saying that at the moment. Therefore,
you are a bandwagoner. See?
But yeah, Adam, would you say you're a bandwagoner? Fuck off, Adam.
Right, then we also had a dickish behaviour in from Claire Mann.
Yeah.
Claire_Mann.
Okay.
Right. Dickish behaviour. Teachers making you sit in the tiny kids' chairs at parents' evening.
That Now, for my job, I used to have to go into schools as part of my job. Fucking hell. You've got a room that I can go and see. Yeah, sure, just down the corridor, turn left, you walk in, you're like, fucking hell. And obviously I was a much bigger unit back then.
Yeah.
Good God, the amount of times I thought, that's going to break.
Yeah.
That is going to break.
Or it'll go actually up your bum.
Yeah.
You'll have like a chair. Or
I'll get stuck in it.
Have
you seen that episode of Miranda where she sits in a tiny chair and she stands up and it's stuck to her bum? I was like, that's going to be me.
Yeah. I mean, what? They'll have big chairs.
Exactly.
Do they have big chairs in the staff room, or do they all just sit on little chairs?
Do they all just dick around sitting on tiny little chairs?
Exactly.
No, of course they don't.
No.
There's no teacher out there teaching on a tiny chair, is there? They're sat at their massive, beautiful chairs at their desk, like fucking Lord Farquhar.
Lord Farquhar? Why do they do that? Like, you just think
you just feel like a prick, don't you? You do, don't you? When you have to go and sit at the tiny table and look through the workbooks thinking, I feel like a prick. I feel like a first-class prick. And I've got to look like I'm interested in what you're saying to me.
Yeah.
But really,
I'm dying inside.
My knees are up to my ears, my tits are squashed, and my bum has been numb for 20 minutes. And all you're saying is, well, Joel's doing really... I couldn't give a shit if Joel's doing well in English.
No, give me a full-size chair to sit on.
The other thing that... Did your school ever... Did your school ever do the thing where after parents' evening, your parents would sign the blackboard and you'd come in and see all of their names signed? Yeah, that's what our school. That's what the park used to do. It must have been after you left, but you'd come in and all the parents would have signed the blackboard, and you'd be like, "Oh, there's my mum. Oh, look, that's my dad's name." Everyone fucking losing their shit because Marks has signed the blackboard. Like, oh my God, my mum was here wandering around the school and. Mrs. Burke, let her take a piece of chalk and sign the blackboard. Oh,
like she's never been in the school before.
Yeah. This is the best day of my life. And you're like, Mrs. Burke, did you? Yeah, she sat here. Oh my God, she sat at your table, Elise. That's amazing. She sat like. Honestly, we'd lose our shit that Mum's name was on the board. Also, Mum, whenever she used to write us notes for school, she'd always put in brackets, Mother.
Mother, yes.
What the fuck?
Yeah, she did, didn't she?
Margaret called Mother.
Mother.
Just in case they were like, oh, is that Malcolm or Margaret?
Margaret.
Oh,
is that Margaret to you? Yeah, well, she's actually my mum.
She's my mother.
She? Yeah.
Yeah, Margaret
She always did that, didn't she?
Mother.
And it was always on the shittiest piece of paper.
It's like on the back of an envelope.
Yeah, she was in a rush in the morning. Shit, I've got to tell the school I've got to pick you up early today.
Ruth was off school yesterday with tonsillitis. Sorry, this is a shitty piece with like tea bag stains on it and shit.
And then she'd have to fold it and just rip it because she can't find the scissors or something. It'd be like a bit of
tiny little
strip of paper because that's all she can find in the morning. Yeah.
Hilarious.
And she'd always leave us notes. Like if she was out all day,
we would get notes.
We'd have a list on the back of an envelope. You've got to do blah, 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 blah.
Did I ever tell you about the time? This was when you'd moved out of home. This was when I was clowning. I was chuckling.
In your clowning era.
Yeah, in my clowning era. And you'd already moved out. And Mum had left. It was James night home. It was like the school holidays. I was out working, doing clowning. Mum had left a list of things that we had to both do, right? So I said to James, I'm going out to do this party. Hayley's picking me up, who was my co-clown buddy. Hayley's picking me up. Yeah, Hayley's picking me up. And you do half. You do the dishwasher and sweep the floor, whatever, and I'll do the rest when I get back, right? James was like, yeah, fine. Got in, none of it was done. I was like, James, man, we were going to do half each, right? James was like, nah, I thought you could do it. I was like, no, this isn't fair. Come on, this isn't fair. I said, well, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to go on the computer. James, this is straight up truth. James said, okay, I've changed the password on the computer. I've hidden the remote control to the TV in your room. I've got this TV remote and there's literally nothing else for you to do. If you do all the list, I'll give you the stuff back. What an absolute arsehole. I mean, genius.
That is classic James behaviour,
That is the genius. And I just went, what? And he was like, look, it's your choice, really, man.
Oh, he's a little shit, isn't he?
Yeah. It's your choice, Rudy. Either so just sit here. I'm going to watch this. I know you're not going to watch this. This is what's going to be on the TV. And so I was like, right, I'm just going to sit here then. And that lasted all of about 2.5 minutes. I was like, right, fine. And then I just ended up doing all of it. And then he was like, there's your remote control back. I'll give you the password to the computer. You can do what you want now. This has felt like a great episode.
Oh, it's been a great one.
So fun.
Yeah.
Remember, there's loads of ways you can get in touch with Ange and I. You can find us both on Instagram. I'm at Ruth_Corden. She's at Ange Corden.
You can find the podcast on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Just search Finding the Funny Podcast.
Or you can send us an email, findingthefunnypodcast@gmail.com. But Ange and I will be back next week helping you to find more of the funny.